guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. Today is going to be a little bit more informal because I'm not going to be doing an event, or I'm not going to be discussing anything clothing related or holiday related just yet. I have some fun stuff coming to my channel, but not quite yet. Today I wanted to be open and honest about some hard issues that I feel like bloggers or people in Second Life really deal with, especially that I've dealt with. The first issue I wanted to talk about is how it feels when you have to precede a reputation that other people have given you in the blogging world or in the designer-blogger relationship world. Now granted, I started blogging in 2009. I started with my other blog called AP Amours, which is Alexandria Payne Loves. That was my other avatar, and I had gotten into having a reputation from certain people that I don't think actually play Second Life anymore, of being a drama queen on Plurk, or they had seen something, or they had done something, or said something, or somebody had punked me, and just, it wasn't a good situation. And I kind of had this reputation that I had to prove people wrong. I had to prove them wrong if they were wrong about me. And it was hard. It was definitely hard. It's hard to prove to someone that you can't physically talk to that, you know, the things that other people are saying about you aren't necessarily true, that you're just trying to do the best you can and be the best person you can. Eventually, I had quit on this avatar and moved to another avatar, and I moved to this avatar. Now, this avatar, it was really hard to start all over again, but I did it, and it's been increasingly difficult because, you know, I've had situations in the past where, you know, I've gotten upset and I've done things wrong, or I've said things wrong, and I've thrown fits, and I've acted in a way that I don't think at the time, I was a lot younger when this was going on, wasn't really good for me, and wasn't really good to the people I affected. And it's hard to talk to, you know, people that have heard about you or talked about you on social media in a negative way and say, you know, I'm not this person anymore, and I'm a whole different person than I am, and I see things a whole lot differently now than I have in the past, and I'm sorry for the way that you felt, and I'm sorry that whatever I did was wrong. And it's hard to move past those kinds of negative thoughts and connotations that people have about you, especially in the blogging world, when you're really working hard to just be who you really are and prove yourself to those designers that, you know, have heard about you, or other bloggers that have heard things about you that are negative. And I think that one thing it's really hard for Second Life in general is that we are so tied to our emotions through this game, and it's hard when, you know, people like myself who are emotionally complex people and who do suffer from depression and anxiety to really deep down and deal with that, and deep down and deal with, you know, the core problems of our hearts. And I think especially for me in the past, I just didn't separate the two things. SL was a part of my whole existence, and it was a part of my life, and I kind of just saw it as, this is my like social outlet, this is my everything outlet. But now I see it in a totally different light. It is still somewhat my social outlet, and it definitely is my somewhat creative outlet, but at the same time, I in the past don't react to things the way I did, or try not to let things that people say or people do affect me in a negative way, because it, you know, to tell the truth, that when a designer or someone that you know has talked about you and you're emotionally invested in SL, it's really, really hard to, you know, really separate yourself from those things. Sorry guys, I keep getting notifications. It's really hard to separate yourself from the emotions and the game. Now, I kind of felt that I needed to step back and take myself into perspective and think about, this is just a game. Yes, there's an emotional investment tied here, but I can't get upset when someone has heard about me or they have talked about me in a negative way, and they're either harvesting emotional feelings of things that happened in the past. Now, I can't get that way. I have to be completely honest with myself and completely honest with my audience. I want to be authentic and real, and the person that you see in SL is the same person that you get in real life. I have nothing in SL to hide. I'm just, a typical Midwest girl. I just like to blog, and I think it's really fun, and it's an experience, and it's an eye-opener, and it definitely is a way to connect some creativity and some fun of doing everything I do in SL to my blog. And also, like, for me, it was a good practice for Photoshop and for marketing skills and other things like that, but it's definitely taught me. But I just feel like it's really hard when you have to prove other people wrong in the perceptions that they've heard about you from other people, and that's really difficult to overcome that and overperceive that. And it's hard to be authentic, to find your voice when so many people are underdogging you and telling you you're not worth my time, you're not worth me investing in your blog, you're not worth me investing, like a designer investing in with your brand as a blog. And I think for me, it took me a good 5 years to find myself and say I am worth it, and I know my worth, and I am worthy to be here just like everybody else is worthy to be here, and I'm worthy to work through the issues that I've had in the past and forgive the people that won't forgive me. And that's been incredibly hard, and it still continues to be incredibly hard for me. And I think that one thing is that all I can do is just be myself and say, I'm sorry that you've had a bad experience with me, and that you haven't really had the opportunity to know me now. But I feel like you really, in Second Life, have to find out your voice and have to find out who you are and if you're going to be authentic or not. And I feel like now that I'm older and I'm wiser, I try to be genuinely authentic to who I really am and who I want to be, and I know what my voice is now. And I think it took me so long to separate out the emotions, the confusing SL is just a game, or is it really a game, or what is it? And it still somewhat affects me, but not the way that it used to. I'm a way different person now, and I'm a lot happier in my approach to things, and I kind of feel like now that SL especially is more or less a lot less social than it was long time ago, and also that it is a very kind of more or less do what you want kind of game, and I realize that now, and I'm definitely learning that as I go, and especially this past year has been more and more of that. And I feel really blessed to say that I took a long break. I made some mistakes in the past with my blog and other things that I've done, and I took a long break and really focused on my needs in real life and my needs in my heart, and I came back with just like a better understanding and a better feel of what I wanted to do here. And I definitely feel now more than ever, I just want to make a difference. I want to help people. I want to give back to a community that seemingly does accept me, but seemingly does reject me at the same time. And I just feel like the whole mission of my existence now is that there just isn't enough kindness to go around. And I've been shown some big time unkindness here, and I don't feel like I need to be unkind towards somebody any longer. I just need to be authentic and true to myself and kind to others and help them, because I just want to strive for it to be a better person and to be a better Second Life resident. And now that I have the clear distinction that this is a game, but yes, it is a creative outlet, and there's so many other facets to this that at any time I can turn off the computer, turn this off, and it will be over with. And this whole existence within this game will not be a part of me. I just wanted to make a video, talking about that bloggers, especially, very emotional and complex people as well, that we struggle. We struggle when people talk about us in a negative way. We struggle when we're rejected. We struggle so much. And I can tell you that I've struggled a lot being rejected by, events and other people, and telling me I'm not good enough to be here, and I shouldn't be here, or my blog isn't good enough. And it's really, really authentically finding who you are, your voice, and knowing what you are worth. And I think that it's so hard when you compare yourself to a lot of bigger bloggers that make money, or that are getting lots of sponsors, or getting a lot of attention. You're kind of over here like, I'm just a little small boat in a big sea of other boats, but I'm trying. I think that's one thing that we also struggle with, is just having so much competition that it's hard to find out where you fit in. Who do you want to, what do you want to do? And I think it took me a long time to figure out that what I wanted to do is, I just wanted to be a resource. I wanted to be a fun resource for people to come to find, fun, cute, free, cheap, and hunt stuff. And it just took me so long to figure that out. And I don't know why it did, but it just did. And I think it's really hard when you struggle, emotionally. And now that I'm older, because when I started my blog, I was in my early 20s, and now I'm in my 30s, as I can't believe that I'm saying that. But it's just now finding out who you are and what works for you. And I just wanted to be open and honest and say that, my blogging journey has not been an easy road. It has been a long, 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 tough road. Because, again, I've dealt with my own inner demons, and trying to figure out, how to not be sad about the things that happen in SL. Because when I turn it off, it's off. When I turn it on, it's on. And walking away from problems or issues that you may have with other people, and, working about preceding your reputation, and showing people that you are a really caring individual, and that you just want to do the best you can. And I feel that, I'm sorry to those that I've hurt in the past, and I'm sorry to those that hold, a grudge against me for what I've done. That was then, and this is now. And I'm not trying to make light of situations, and I'm trying to just, move past it and move on and be happy. And I feel like part of my journey is to share with you, the struggles that we've gone through, the struggles that bloggers especially face in SL, because when I started, it was so much different than it is now, and it was so much more simple, and now it's so much more complex. And I think with complexity comes a lot of issues for bloggers, because there's so much competition, and there's, always somebody hungrier, thirstier, and they want more than you can give them, But I just wanted to be, open and honest, and talk about, issues that we really, really do face. And for myself especially, it was just really, like I said before, separating out Second Life from my real life and trying to figure out the balance there. And it took me a long time to learn to try to be happy. And, deep down, I think for me, and it was just also a sense of belonging. It was trying to figure out where I belong, because in my life, I haven't really had a sense of belonging most of my life, and it was trying to find out, where do I fit in and where do I belong. And I still don't feel like in Second Life I have that. I still don't feel like I belong, and I struggle with that immensely. I struggle with that in real life, and I struggle with it in the game. And I think that it's hard. And this is not by any means a therapy session, although some people like to think it is, but it's definitely not. It is just me being open and sharing, struggles that I've been through that maybe you're going through at the same time that, you maybe want to share. And, I've had a lot of really bad things go on in my life in the last couple months, and, I'm trying to work through that kind of bad stuff and be positive. And the reason I want to be positive is because I want to be a resource for other people in this game, and let you know, hey, I've been through it too, and I can help you maybe. But I just wanted to make a quick video and share what I've been going through, and let you know that it's okay to struggle, and it's okay to be sad if you got rejected for a blog, or you got rejected from an event, or someone is negatively talking about you and you are feeling depressed and you're sad about it. It's okay. It's not okay to not deal with the problem at hand and not try to work it out like an adult. I think it takes great strength to work out those issues, and great courage to admit that you have issues and that you work through them and you continuously work through them. And I don't think that mental health should be ignored. I think mental health should be dealt with and taken care of. And I'm a big connoisseur of mental health, and a big connoisseur of, making sure that your mental health needs are met. And for me at the beginning, coming to Second Life wasn't the best bet for my mental health. It was probably the worst bet because I'm such an emotional, complex person. And it was probably the worst idea ever. But now that I see it totally differently, I'm a lot more susceptible to the criticisms that I've faced here. I'm a lot more susceptible to, yes, people will talk negatively about you here, and you need to be strong to handle it. Just like in real life, there's a lot of people that talk a lot of shit online and say a lot of bad things. And you just gotta learn to deal with it one day at a time. And I just wanted to open up and share my struggles with you all, and talk about that it's okay to feel rejected, and it's okay to cry that you didn't get into an event, or somebody said something about your blog that was negative and it affects you in a negative way. I, on the other hand, look at it as an opportunity to prove people wrong, an opportunity to show them what I'm made of, and I know now what my worth is. And I have this great quote that I heard tonight from a popular radio host, is saying that you can't expect to be great right out of the box. You have to be whack first. You have to be whack at something, meaning you have to be bad at something first before you're great. And it takes a long time, and if you just think that you're going to learn right out of the box, it's not going to happen. It takes a long time to build up who you are and what you want to do. And I think in Second Life, it takes a long time to build up a brand, or to build up yourself to be something you want to be. It's your world, and you imagine what it is. So that's what I wanted to share with everybody tonight, and to say that the fact that I'm excited to where I'm at now. I'm happy, and I'm happy to be here sharing my story and my goals with you. And I can't wait to see what my channel brings, and to see my new ideas come about, and to be able to help others, and show different ideas and different things that can happen and different things you can do. I just want to also shout out to say the entire outfit I actually am wearing right now is completely free. I'm obsessed with this t-shirt and this tattoo and this little fox on my shoulder. I'm like obsessed with all of this. I just wanted to say I won't be here in the next couple days because I am moving in real life, and I'm very excited. It's been a long road the last couple months, and I'm excited to be on a new path. But I just wanted to say thanks for joining me, and we will see you in the next video, because this video is over. Bye!